Good day everyone, I'm Teacher Justin. Let's talk about vertex of a quadratic function. So paano nga ba kunin yung vertex ng quadratic function? So first, we're given the standard form of our quadratic function. It is f of x is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. Now, yung vertex natin, it is represented as h and k. H is the x-coordinate and k is the y-coordinate of our vertex. Now, yung bawat coordinate natin ng vertex, meron siyang formula. So, for the x-coordinate of our vertex, we have a formula h is equal to negative b over 2a. Tapos, yung k natin, yung y-coordinate, meron din siyang formula na k is equal to negative b squared plus 4ac all over 4a. Or, we can just substitute the value of our x-coordinate na nakuha kanina dun sa ating original quadratic function and then simplify it to get the value of our k. And now, let's have our example in finding the vertex of our quadratic functions. Alright. Okay, let's have this item. Let's find the vertex of this quadratic function. So, yung quadratic function natin, f of x is equal to x squared minus 10x plus 16. So, ang first step natin para makuha yung vertex ng quadratic function natin is to identify the values of a, b, and c. So, yung a natin is the numerical coefficient of x squared. So, in this case, it is 1. Yung b natin is the numerical coefficient of x. So, in this case, it is negative 10. So, yes, kasama yung ating operation and that will serve as the sign of the value of b. And then last one, yung c, which is the constant term. So, in this case, it is 16. Now that we have the values of a, b, and c, ang gagawin natin is we're going to use the formula in finding the value of our x-coordinate of our vertex. So, h is equal to negative b over 2a. So, let's substitute the values of b and a. So, we will have h is equal to negative 10 over 2 times 1. Now, let's simplify this. So, multiply natin. Negative times negative will be positive. So, naging positive 10 na siya. Tapos, 2 times 1 is 2. Then, let's simplify. 10 divided by 2 is the value of h, which is 5. Now, since nakuha na natin yung value ng h natin and it is an integer, we can use the formula k is equal to f of h. So, ang gagawin lang natin is we will copy the original function, x squared minus 10x plus 16, and papalitan lang natin yung x natin ng value ng h natin. So, in this case, papalitan natin yung lahat ng variable x ng 5. So, f of 5 is equal to 5 squared minus 10 times 5 plus 16. So, lahat ng variable x, pinalitan natin ng value ng ating x-coordinate. So, let's simplify our equation. So, we will have f of 5 is equal to 5 squared is 25. Negative 10 times 5 is negative 50. Tapos, kopyahin lang natin si plus 16. Tapos, let's add or subtract from left to right. So, 25 minus 50 plus 16, that will give us the value of f of 5, which is negative 9. And nakuha na natin yung value of f of 5, which is negative 9. That will also be the value of our y-coordinate. So, the value of k will be equal to negative 9. So, yung vertex natin, pagsamahin natin sila. So, the vertex of this quadratic function is 5, negative 9. And that's it. Tara! Alright. Okay, let's find the vertex of this quadratic function. So, we have f of x is equal to negative x squared minus 8x plus 9. So, in order for us to solve for the vertex of this quadratic function, ang first step natin is for us to identify the values of a, b, and c. So, yung a natin is negative 1, b is negative 8, and c is positive 9. So, since nakuha na natin yung values ni a, b, and c, let's solve for the value of our x-coordinate of our vertex, which is h. So, meron tayong formula na negative b over 2a. Now, substitute natin yung value ni b and a. So, h is equal to negative 8 over 2 times negative 1. Now, let's simplify. Negative times negative will be positive 8 Tapos 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Now, let's divide 8 and negative 2. That will give us negative 4. So, yan na yung value ng ating x-coordinate. Okay, let's proceed to our next step. Kunin natin yung value ng ating k. Now, since our value of h is an integer, to get the value of k, gamitin natin yung formula k is equal to f of h. So, ang gagawin lang natin is kokopyahin natin yung original quadratic function natin na negative x squared minus 8x plus 9 and papalitan natin lahat ng variable x ng negative 4. So, we will have f of negative 4 is equal to negative square of negative 4 minus 8 times negative 4 plus 9. Now, let's simplify this. So, simplify natin yung each term. So, f of negative 4 is negative 4 squared is positive 16. And 16 times negative will be negative 16. Negative 8 times negative 4 will be positive 32. And kopyahin lang natin si plus 9. Now, let's combine negative 16 plus 32 plus 9. That will give us f of negative 4 is equal to 25. Now, since nakuha na natin yung value ni f of negative 4, which is 25, yan din yung value ng k natin, which is also 25. Then, let's write our vertex. So, ang vertex natin for this quadratic function will be located at negative 4, 25. And that's it. Ta-da! Alright. Okay, let's have this item. Let's find the vertex of this quadratic function. F of x is equal to 2x squared minus 12x plus 15. Okay, so, para makuha natin yung vertex ng quadratic function na to, ang first step natin is to find the values of a, b, and c. Okay, so yung value ni a is 2, b is negative 12, and c is 15. Now, since nakuha na natin yung values ni a, b, and c, we can now solve for the value of h and k. So, yung h natin is the x-coordinate of our vertex. Meron siyang formula na negative b over 2a. Now, substitute natin yung value ni b and a. So, we have h is equal to negative 12 over 2 times 2. Tapos, simplify natin. H is equal to negative times negative. We will have positive 12. 2 times 2 is positive 4. Now, let's divide 12 and 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So, we will have the value of h which is equal to 3. Now, since yung h natin is an integer, we can solve for the value of k by using the formula k is equal to f of h. So, ang gagawin lang natin dito is we will copy the original function. F of h is equal to 2x squared minus 12x plus 15. Tapos, papalitan natin lahat ng values of x ng value ng h natin, which is 3. So, let's replace all variable x by 3. So, magkakaroon tayo ng f of 3 is equal to 2 times the square of 3 minus 12 times 3 plus 15. So, simplify natin yung each term. So, f of 3 is equal to 3 squared is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. Negative 12 times 3 will be negative 36. And then, kopyahin lang natin si plus 15. Tapos, let's combine 18 minus 36 plus 15. That will give us the value of f of 3, which is negative 3. So, if f of 3 is equal to negative 3, the value of k will also be negative 3. So, yung vertex natin will be located at 3, negative 3 or 3, negative 3. And that's it. Ta-da! Alright. Okay, let's solve for the vertex of this quadratic function. So, we have here f of x is equal to 3x squared plus 21x minus 5. So, ang first step natin in finding the vertex of our quadratic function is to identify the values of a, b, and c from our standard form. So, yung a natin dito is 3, yung b is 21, and yung c natin is negative 5. Then, we can now solve for the value of our x-coordinate, which is the value of h. So, meron tayong formula for h, which is negative b over 2a. Substitute natin yung value ng ating b and a dito sa ating formula. That will give us h is equal to negative 21 over 2 times 3. Now, let's simplify. Negative times 21 is negative 21. Tapos, 2 times 3 is 6. So, simplify natin tong fraction na to by dividing our numerator and denominator by 3 kasi yun yung common factor nila. So, that will give us the value of h, which is negative 7 over 2. Now, nakuha na natin yung ating value of x coordinate. Now, to get the value of our y coordinate, since fraction to, we will use the formula k is equal to negative b squared plus 4ac over 4a para hindi tayo mahirapang mag-simplify ng fraction. Okay, so let's use this formula instead of substitution. Let's substitute the values of a, b, and c. So we have k is equal to negative 21 squared plus 4 times 3 times negative 5. Okay, all over 4 times 3. Then, let's simplify each term. So, negative 21 squared. So, 21 squared is 441 times negative. That will be negative 441. Tapos, let's multiply 4, 3, and negative 5. That will give us negative 60. Tapos, multiply natin yung denominator, 4 and 3. That will give us 12. Now, combine natin yung nasa numerator natin. Negative 441 minus 60, that will be negative 501. Now, let's simplify this by dividing both numerator and denominator by 3 para ma-simplify natin tong fraction natin. So, our value of k will be equal to negative 167 over 4. And that's it. Ta-da! Alright. Okay, let's find the vertex of this quadratic function. So, we have f of x is equal to negative 5x squared plus 2x plus 4. So, in order for us to find the vertex, ang kailangan natin is to identify the values of a, b, and c. So, yung a natin is negative 5, b is 2, and c is 4. So, yan yung ating numerical coefficients of our terms and yung constant term natin. Now that we have the values of a, b, and c, we can solve for the value of our x-coordinate, which is h. So, meron tayong formula for the x-coordinate of our vertex, which is negative b over 2a. So, substitute natin yung value ni b and a. So, we have h is equal to negative 2 over 2 times negative 5. Okay, now let's simplify. Multiply natin si negative times positive. We will have negative 2 in our numerator. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10 sa ating denominator. We can simplify this by dividing both numerator and denominator by negative 2 kasi yun yung common factor nila. That will give us the value of h, which is 1 over 5. So, nakuha na natin yung ating x-coordinate. And yung x-coordinate natin is a fraction. So, if we're going to apply substitution to get the value of k, it will be a long process. So, to solve for the value of k, gagamit na tayo ng formula. Now, substitute natin yung values ni a, b, and c dito sa formula for k. That will give us k is equal to negative 2 squared plus 4 times negative 5 times 4 all over 4 times negative 5. Now, let's simplify this. So, unahin natin si negative square of 2. So, the square of 2 is 4 times negative will be negative 4. Tapos, multiply natin si 4, negative 5, and 4. So, 4 times negative 5 times 4, that will be negative 80. Then, yung denominator, simplify natin. 4 times negative 5 will be negative 20. Now, let's combine our numerator. Negative 4 minus 80, that will be negative 84 over negative 20. Now, let's try to simplify our fraction by dividing both numerator and denominator by their common factor, which is negative 4. So, that will give us the value of k, which is 21 over 5. So, nakuha na natin yung ating h and k. So, yung vertex natin is located at 1 over 5, 21 over 5. And that's it. Ta-da! Alright. Okay, let's find the vertex of this quadratic function. F of x is equal to negative 4x squared plus 6x minus 5. So, ang first step natin in finding the vertex of our quadratic function is to identify the values of a, b, and c of our quadratic function. So, yung A natin is negative 4, yung B natin is positive 6, and yung C natin is negative 5. Now that we have the values of A, B, and C, we can now solve for the values of our X coordinate, which is yung H dito sa ating vertex. So, we have the value of H, which is negative B over 2A. So, substitute natin yung value ni B and A dito sa formula. So, H is equal to negative 6 over 2 times negative 4. So, simplify natin. Negative times positive, that will be negative 6. 2 times negative 4 will be negative 8. So, simplify natin tong fraction na to by dividing both numerator and denominator by their common factor, which is negative 2. So, divide natin. We will have the value of H, which is equal to positive 3 over 4. Okay, so nakuha na natin yung ating X coordinate ng ating vertex. To get the Y coordinate of our vertex, we will use the formula K is equal to negative B squared plus 4AC all over 4A. So, let's substitute the values of A, B, and C dito sa ating formula. So, the value of K is equal to negative times the square of 6 plus 4 times negative 4 times negative 5 all over 4 times negative 4. So, simplify natin yung bawat term. So, unahin natin si negative 6 squared. So, that will give us negative 36. So, unahin natin i-square si 6, tapos multiply natin by the negative sign. So, that will give us negative 36. Tapos, let's proceed to 4 times negative 4 times negative 5. So, that will be positive 80. Tapos, yung denominator natin, 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. Okay. Negative 36 plus 80, that will be 44. Now, we have 44 over negative 16. Let's simplify this fraction by dividing both numerator and denominator by their common factor, which is 4. So, the value of K will now be equal to negative 11 over 4. So, nakuha na natin yung ating X coordinate at yung Y coordinate natin. We can write our vertex and it is located at 3 over 4, negative 11 over 4. And that's it. Ta-da! Alright. And that is it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have comments, questions, recommendations, suggestions for my next video, please leave them in our comment section below. Share this video and subscribe. And for more videos like this, you can go to my channel, Teacher Justin. And that is it for today. Again, I'm Teacher Justin. Goodbye, God bless, and stay safe. See you on my next video. Peace.